Hello blunts, what's chillin'? In today's episode we will talk about Alissa Violet. I will try to explain why I think that Violet's behavior is of an expensive slut. I don't prefer fansing the people man. If I am I go honest, I am doing this for money, for money, for money, for money. Alissa Violet. For those who don't know her, I will read you a short bio. Alissa Violet was born in Ohio on the 12th of June, 1996. She relocated to Los Angeles, California for her career in entertainment. She is a model and Instagram star who earned representation with Next Models. She has over 5 million followers on Instagram and she also runs a popular self-titled YouTube channel where she posts comedic videos for over 2 million subscribers. She was a member of the popular web group Team 10 alongside fellow web stars such as Anthony Trujillo, Marcus Dobre and her ex-boyfriend Jake Paul. In 2017, she began dating Faze Banks.
I just don't understand how someone could do that to someone. I don't.
What? Hold up, why'd the music stop? Oh, that's Alissa Violet, used to be your chick.
How someone could do that to someone. I don't.
So, let's begin with the beginning. Jake and Alissa moved into a house last August with 5 other social media stars, Niels Visser, Alex Lange, AJ Mitchell, twins Lucas and Marcus Dobre, to form a creative coalition of sorts, dubbed Team 10. On Monday, Alissa started posting vague tweets hinting at discord within Team 10. She kept posting unusual posts where she directed fans to Snapchat for the full story. In that video she ended up sharing, Alissa explained that Jake was kicking her out of Team 10's house, pointing the camera at a huge pile of her stuff. Alissa said Jake had moved all her things to the home's foyer, then changed the lock on the door to her space, essentially forcing Alissa to move on the spot. A short while later, Jake came forward to offer his version of an answer. In a now deleted tweet, he wrote, "Predicted this is what she'd do. Jalissa was real. The problem is she cheated on me. I am the victim, not her." Along with his tweets, Jake posted a pre-recorded video blog filmed on Monday in which he predicted that Alissa would try to ruin his life, explaining on camera that he would post the video only if Alissa spread vicious lies about him. Jake declared that he couldn't stand to see her face anymore, and since their house is technically his, he was making her leave. He also credited himself for Alissa's career, adding, "I took her from 2,000 followers and working at Panera Bread to 5 million followers on social media and making $300,000 a year. $300,000 a year.
Oh, that's Alissa Violet, used to be your chick. Now she in the low gang and you know she on my team."
Long story short, Alissa Violet admitted that she cheated on Jake Paul because Jake was cheating on her all the time. Blah blah blah. From here on, I will explain you why I think Alissa's behavior was, and still is, of an expensive slut.
Got no beef with nobody, but you know how to do this one time. Let's do this. Say that.
Let me tell you about how exactly I got here. So, I was 18 years old. I just graduated high school. Was working at Panera Bread. So I was at the mall one day, and there was all these like little girls running around the mall, and I was just like, what the frick is this? Is Justin Bieber here or something? And I didn't know what was going on. So my friend and I like rolled down the window. I was with my friend. Rolled down the window. We're like, yo, what's going on? All these little girls like, oh my god, the Viners, Jake and Logan Paul are here at the mall. Like they just got kicked out. They're going to do a meet and greet. Like, will you please take us there? And I was just like, who? And they're like, oh, you know, like the app Vine was huge back then. It was like 2014. And then I was just like, yeah, whatever. So these girls were like, please, can you take us to their next location? Like, we're 12 years old. We don't have a car. Our parents dropped us off at the mall. And I was just like, yeah, cool, whatever. Hop in, kids.
Sure. Alissa was at the mall without knowing that there's 2 Viners, Jake and Logan, were there, and they spotted this bunch 12 years old kids which asked them to give them a ride to the Logan and Jake's next meet and greet location. So, how in the fuck did anyone believe this lie in the first place? Alissa is saying that she took bunch of 12 years old kids from the street. Remember, these kids were unknown. It's not like the kids that they knew, like neighbors and so on. Who would take bunch unknown kids, hop them in the car and ride to a next location? This is such a fucking big ass lie. Nobody would take strangers, especially 12 years old kids, hop them in the car and ride them to who knows location of this Viners. This kids have parents, for fuck's sake. If anything would happen to this kids, they would be responsible for them. Nobody would do this. Trust me, Alissa is lying like a god church, and she just started. Let's keep watching her bad excuses.
So like me and my friend and I took a bunch of random little girls to like their meet and greet or whatever. We didn't know who it was. So then we dropped off like all these little girls. We're like, all right, bye guys, you know, run along, have fun. Like, why don't we just get out of the car and see who it is? We get out of the car and then somehow Jake got my phone and his phone number in my phone so I could text him later.
Oh my god, how stupid is this story getting? So, she got out of the car, went to see who were this Viners, and bam, Jake got Alissa's phone and he added his number on her phone. Somehow, she doesn't even know how that happened. Amazing.
Jake and I became really good friends. He thought I was cute, I don't know.
Sure, I don't know. We all know Jake was banging Alissa, not that it would be something bad, but I hate how she acts like I don't know.
Cute? I don't know.
She seems that she doesn't knows anything.
Him and his brother moved to LA and we stayed talking. Every single time he would come back to Ohio to visit family, I'd be like the first person he'd call thing.
Let me summarize like 10 minutes of her video. Every time Jake went to see his parents in Ohio, he went to Alissa to bang her. So, that's a slutty move. After like 6 months of Jake going to Ohio and banging her, Jake asked Alissa if she would go to LA. At first, he asked her to come for 2 weeks to see if she likes it and stuff and things. You can't forget that she mentioned that Jake will introduce her to model industries.
I met with 5 modeling agencies. 4 out of the 5 offered me contracts like right off the bat. Damn, why haven't I done this sooner? Like, I had no idea of my potential.
Wrong, it wasn't your potential. It was because Jake was popular, and remember that Jake introduced you to them. Nothing of your potential here, just Jake's popularity that brought you millions of followers. She already got interest in it. After 2 weeks, she went back home in Ohio. Fast forward to summer 2015, she packed her things, bought a car, and her mom drove her to LA and started living in LA. At that point, she and Jake were back together. She said on and off. What the fuck that means, I don't know. She ended up signing a contract with Jake for 5 years where 20% of her cut will go into Jake's pocket. Around November 2015, Alissa moved into Team 10 house. She said they were together, she and Jake, but not really. They weren't official together, but they were kind of together. I know, don't fucking ask me. These are her words. After Alissa moved in the house with Jake, they were sleeping together in the same room. Like I said, they were banging. So according to her, they were together. Now, here comes her expensive slut behavior.
I would be like in our room, like editing or doing something, and then all of a sudden he'd like walk in and be like, yo, like, can you leave please for like 2 hours? Like, can you go upstairs, or can you just like leave for a little bit? And I was like, why? He's like, oh, like I'm having a girl over, we're gonna hang out in here. Okay. I was heartbroken, like legit heartbroken, but I never showed it because I don't know why.
Yes, you know why. Being with Jake brought you a lots of free stuff, like a free room. Your followers were growing like fire, and so on. So please shut your victim card off. You were using Jake just like he used you for your vulva and 20% cut. Some of you may think that I defend Jake, but I'm not. I hate this immature prick. I even made a video about how racist and a jerk Jake is. Check it on my channel.
Then as time goes on, just brings more girls over, and then he would be with me, and then he would have a girl over, and then 2 days later he'd be with me, and then we'd be together, and then we'd not be together, and then we'd fight, and I'd be pissed because he'd bring girls over.
Holy shit, man. What decent women would ever accept that her boyfriend would kick her out of their room so that he can fuck another girl? Why she kept fucking with Jake if Jake fucked other girls all the time, and what's worst, in their fucking room, and she could hear the girl grooming? If you still pitify her, you are a fucking idiot. She stayed with Jake just for her interest and a free fucking room. I'll let Sniper Wolf explain you better. And by the way, I don't like Sniper Wolf at all, but she is fucking right on this one.
It's just like, I'ma just fuck everybody to get a free room.
Oh my God.
Everyone a hoe.
Let's watch more of Alissa's video.
And I was like, you can't just be with me one night and then like the next night treat me like shit and bring a girl over.
Right, but you keep living in the same room with Jake. I wonder why is that, didn't you?
But I let that shit happen because I was just like so head over heels. Like I was just like, frick it, why not? Whatever makes him happy. Whatever makes him happy.
What, is she saying that she was happy when Jake fucked other girls? Strange, she contradicts herself right afterwards. Idiot.
I would be like editing one night and then all of a sudden like I'd hear the front door open. Jake would come home with like a girl. My stomach would just drop. My heart would just like start beating like so fast. I felt like I was gonna like be sick. I can't even explain to you what was going through my head.
What?
Whatever makes him happy.
She was saying that she left all that happen because she was happy. And now she is saying that when Jake came home with a girl, her heart would blast and she would feel awful. She is contradicting herself in the same fucking video. Amazing. Let's watch some more.
There's nothing I could do about it because like it's his house. I'm in a contract with him. I'm basically where I'm at because of him, and like I didn't really have a place to tell him that he was wrong, even though he was really, really wrong.
Wrong. If you would have been a decent woman, you wouldn't ever allow Jake to fuck other girls then get back with him. You would have left his ass right away. You are all except a decent woman.
And that happened all the time. Like I wouldn't even want to go back to the house sometimes at night because I just knew that there was a girl waiting, or there was a girl there with Jake. I couldn't deal with it.
You couldn't deal with it. So, what stopped you leaving Jake? You kept staying with him and lived in Team 10 house despite the fact that Jake would fuck girls all the time. Why is that? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because she had self-interest. This is a straight up a slut's behavior, but because she was doing it for big money. I will call her an expensive slut. I bet that if Jake wouldn't have kicked Alissa Violet out from Team 10 house, she would still be there, acting like everything is fine just because she was getting money, fame and recognition.
Niels would always ask to have friends over. He's like, yeah, that's fine. But the second I asked to have like a guy over, he would be like, no, absolutely not. And I'd be like, why? He'd be like, I just don't want him here. But then he would have girls over like all the time. In front of me.
Of course you can't have a boy there. You were his slut. And what's worst is that you were cool with that. You are a shame for any woman that has some self-respect. Let's take a look at what Alissa made after she was kicked out of Team 10's house.
Hold up, why'd the music stop? Oh, that's Alissa Violet, used to be your chick. Now she in the low gang and you know she on my...
Yep, right after Alissa broke up with Jake Paul, she ran to Logan Paul, which is Jake's brother, and made a video where she was kissing Logan. They are fucking brothers. What kind of a girl would do that? Well, a slut would sure do it. She even made a diss track with Rice Gum, and to be honest, her rap was shit. She ended up living at Rice Gum big house. I bet she doesn't pay the rent. She even became the girlfriend of Faze Banks. Banks is Rice Gum's friend. He lives with Rice Gum in the house. Now that's a real coincidence, isn't it? In every house she lived in, she would fuck with someone that can give her a free room. How in the fuck would anyone have any pity towards Alissa? Her behavior is just of a slut. There are even racist tweets that she made. You can look them up on Google. Remember, I haven't said that Alissa is a slut. I've just said that her behavior is of an expensive slut. In the end, you all will have your conclusions. If she is an expensive slut or not. If you ask me, she is.
Respect the women everywhere. My name is Jeff. 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 Jeff. Jeff.